Fishing with John. Fishing with John. Fishing with John. Out on the water, fishing with John.
Manhattan, June 27th. The eyes of a fisherman.
How you doing?
Going fishing?
Yes.
You have your license?
Yeah, I have my
You know
license.
how to drive this thing?
I have a new license.
Maybe someone else should drive.
There's nobody here but you and me.
I'll drive.
You want to drive?
No.
Are you trying to show me what it was like working with me?
No, you'll find out later.
Today, John Lurie and Jim Jarmusch hunt for the most dangerous creature in the sea, the shark, on Fishing with John.
So what are the great fish movies? Jaws. So what do you do if you catch a shark? They hoist it into the boat? Do you know how to do that stuff?
Get it into the boat? Shark?
Yeah.
No.
We'll come back with one arm each. Well, what'd you catch before when you went shark fishing?
We caught a shark. We caught like a 10, 11 foot blue shark.
Really? 11 feet?
Maybe 10. Would you like to see my penis?
Montauk, situated at the tip of Long Island, is 3.5 hours from Manhattan.
What do you want to eat tomorrow?
Fruit. Just fish. You said it was not cool to eat fish while fishing?
Well, if you just...
Bad
if,
karma or what?
No, if you're using... If you're chumming, you know, if you throw tons of dead fish into the water,
Yeah.
it tends to make your stomach a little bit...
Oh, it does? So what do you eat then? What are you gonna
roast
eat?
beef. I'm gonna have roast beef and a beer.
I don't eat roast beef.
Yeah.
The shark reigns over his underworld kingdom. It is highest in the ocean food chain. He has no predator except man.
I can't see a thing.
Shark Drive!
The fishermen arrive at Kenny's Tipperary Inn, where they stay for free. They prepare for a good night's sleep. The fishermen arrive at Kenny's Tipperary Inn, where they stay for free. They prepare for a good night's sleep. This is a real Husker Du town.
Jim?
5 a.m., Montauk. Life begins early in this Atlantic coast town. The fishermen wake up excited to be alive. They hope for good weather and good luck. Both fishermen are covered with sores and boners.
All right. Good morning, Captain Barry.
Fascinating. Our world today. With technology, man now knows more about his fellow man and the world he lives in than ever before. Yet we still know very little. We know very little, for example, about the topic of today's program, the shark. The shark has lived in the same form for millions of years. The word shark came from the German word Schurke, which means villain. How deep is the ocean? Nobody really knows for sure. Today's program and fishing adventure should prove to be fun, but it could also prove to be very, very dangerous. The shark has made fatal attacks on humans in every ocean of the world. There are 27 man-eating species of sharks. When it comes to the shark, man is on his menu. It's a wonderful world we live in.
Now, roll. Reel. Roll. Reel. And when we catch the shark, the thing is to never let slack on the line. So it's always,
ever.
really, you know.
Why am I here? Wow, whales, basking shark.
Huh?
Whales and basking
But a
shark.
basking shark could knock the boat over.
Really?
I think.
Before fishing for shark, they must first stop and catch bluefish for bait. Bluefish swim close to shore and travel in large schools.
Why am I here?
Wait. Got him.
Both fishermen hook in the bluefish almost immediately. The action is fast and furious.
Jim, when you gotta move the wire so that it doesn't all bunch up on one spot,
What do you mean?
so that when you're reeling in, you gotta just push it
Oh,
with
I
your thumb
see.
once in a while.
Damn.
I got two on here. Three.
Whoa.
Up. You're right, 4 at once. How did you know that? Larry knows. 3. That's a nice size strike, that's all.
I'm over. the sharks eat stripers?
I didn't think so, but I guess so.
Yeah, those are big fish, though.
Yeah. But one day, me and Will, I mean, it's so fast, no? But we just got lucky. What, did we just get lucky? Yeah.
The bluefish are kept alive in this well. They will be used later on as bait. They must now travel 3 hours to the home of the shark.
They were jumping in the boat, man.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of sick, actually, when they're really all over the place.
I kind of feel funny about it,
Yeah?
fishing.
But this, a little immoral.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, it's just kind of, you see them, these beautiful fish coming out.
Wow.
Blood all over the floor.
You wouldn't get to see them otherwise.
I know, well, that's only one part of me thinks feels that way.
I have the same thing. In a way, it's totally immoral. No?
Well, in a way, it's perfectly normal.
Along with the live bluefish, they also have striped bass fillets and mackerel to be used as bait. Here, the first mate, Brian, skillfully dresses the hook with mackerel to lure the shark. The fishermen try to relax and prepare for the task at hand. Brian prepares the chum. Chum consists mostly of dead fish pressed into a block. When put in the water, it gives off a pungent odor that attracts the shark, who has a keen sense of smell. When they find a likely place for the shark, Brian lowers the chum bucket into the water. The chum immediately attracts birds.
Here?
Why am I here?
Isn't this fun? Isn't this fun?
They watch to make sure the bait drifts in the right direction. Now there's nothing to do but wait.
In the ocean?
Well, it's like a little, like where this water was feeding into the ocean. It was just like near a bridge near the highway, and I used to fish and catch flounder, and used to catch really, really a lot of flounder. But one day, I was fishing all alone, and I caught this fish. It was like really stronger than any of the flounder had been. The flounder don't really fight. And I pulled in this fish that had a mouth that was like, the fish was about this big around, right?
It was a flounder?
No, fish was this big around. It was the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. And its mouth was like this, and it had all these really sharp teeth, and it had a thing, like one wire kind of thing hanging over its head,
Yeah.
and it was all spikes. It was just horrifying. It was making a noise like, I'm serious. And I just cut the line and left it on the ground there and ran home, you know, because I was sure that I had caught the devil or something.
Sounds like it.
But I think it was a monkfish. You can actually eat it. You could see the barracuda jumping around the boat, shoom, shoom. And after a while it sort of subsided, and the guy went and was putting another mullet on the line when he heard this crash in the back of the boat, and he turned around, and what had happened was that the barracuda had jumped out of the water and hit the guy right where he had his colostomy. So going like 90 miles an hour, the barracuda just jumped and hit the guy, and they had to take him to the hospital.
That's true?
It's a true story.
I heard a story about this woman swimming.
Yeah.
No, this is really true though. This woman
That's a true story.
in Florida.
Yeah.
I heard a story about this woman that was swimming in the ocean. I think it was in Florida, and dolphins started swimming with her, right?
Yeah.
And the dolphins kept poking her in the chest, right above her breast, and they kept coming with their noses and hitting her in the chest. And she got really scared, and they took her out of the water, but the dolphins kept swimming until they got her into the shallow water and hitting her in the same spot. And she had a big bruise right on the top of her breast. The dolphins. And they took her to the doctor to examine her. And they did a, what do you call it, mammogram? And found that she had cancer.
Really?
Right in that
And she
spot.
didn't know?
No, she had no idea. And they said, well, they were able to cure it because it was early.
Every fisherman has his story. The amazing thing about Jim's story is that the dolphins knew that the woman wasn't aware that she had cancer. 3 hours have passed. The fishermen try a new approach.
Just hold the cheese down near the water.
Yeah, I will.
All right. As close as you can. And then when the shark comes up, when you see the shark, just let go.
Strain and exhaustion have begun to take their toll.
John, how deep is the ocean? John, why do they call those blue sharks? Why do they call basking sharks basking sharks? John?
Say make on my day.
What?
Say make on my day.
Exactly.
A giant blue shark has taken the bait and is ripping through the water. The battle is tremendous.
He's not moving.
The shark has stopped. After a half hour of fighting, John is exhausted. Now is the time to switch rods. This is a very dangerous moment. The shark has either exhausted himself or is preparing for a new surge. Jim may be dragged into the ocean at any moment. Brian is in a hound's position. Even the birds seem to sense the tension. The shark is deadly still. 20 minutes have passed.
Anywhere with us now.
The shark begins to move. Jim can feel that the shark is now tired and begins to coax it toward the boat. Brian decides against the hound's position.
John, you want to get him?
This thing's not tired.
It's not tired. It's a strong one.
I feel like I'm a Volkswagen coming in. Oh my God, look at that!
An enormous 12-foot blue shark weighing almost 300 pounds is brought to the surface. After a heroic battle, the shark is released, unharmed, to return to his underwater kingdom.
Fishing with John. Fishing.
Music from this program, as well as other exquisite recordings, the Lounge Lizard's new album, Queen of All Ears, for example, are available on the Strange and Beautiful music label. Purchase these CDs at your local record store or directly at www.strangeandbeautiful.com.
Water fishing. Fishing with John. Fishing with John. Fishing with John. Out on the water fishing with John.
Life is so beautiful. For some, more than others. Every breath, every day of our lives. Ah, fishing.
Stroke. 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 Stroke.
A hot, sweltering day in Jamaica. Having destroyed their car, John Lurie and Tom Waits must now travel across the island by canoe.
You tired?
No, I'm invigorated.
You are?
I am. I get in places like this and I could disappear and never be heard from again. Fishers of men, fishers of men, up one side and back again, along the river of men. Trusty poles are in our boat, along a river of men. Sing with me, John. Along the river of men, along the river of men. Up one side and back again, along the river of men, Row! Of men. He yells at the crew, they get nothing to eat, along the river of men. Oh, it's up one side and back again, along the river of men, along the river of men. Along the river of men, along the river of men.
You know, if I lived here, I would,
You mean if you lived here in this
if I would
area?
live here in this area, I would probably find stuff on the beach
Yeah.
and make sculptures out of it.
You know, that's interesting because I've always been fascinated with the flotsam and jetsam that washes up on the beach.
No, but when I actually see, you know, like driftwood art,
Yeah. I don't like it.
no.
I've never responded to it. But at the same time, I understand the desire to make things out of shells and, you know, because it's just like...
But you have to sense. I mean, I think once you start putting it together, you kind of ruin it already, right?
It's already beautiful.
Yes.
You know, for example, something like that.
But that's a piece of ginger. That is ginger.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
That's
I'm
not
gonna
what.
hang on to that.
That's not what I would have picked.
No, but it's the first thing I saw.
This is Leon's house over here. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Well, I hope he knows where they're biting.
Leon!
Oh, John.
This is Tom.
Tom?
Leon, how are you?
Fine, man.
We just came all the way across the whole island. Our car broke down. We came across the whole island.
Oh, you must be tired, man.
Yes, I'm very tired.
Get inside.
All right.
Have a seat. Come inside on your seat. Yeah.
We have this tugboat that we're gonna go out in.
Yeah.
Then I actually tomorrow morning I need you to give me a ride out to the tugboat.
Yeah?
That's
I
okay?
could do it for you.
And then we can't troll because the tugboat moves too slow.
The speed don't matter.
Yeah, but no. What I want to do is I want to just go in one place and sit in one place and catch fish.
Let me ask you something, Leon. You ever come across any wall-eyed pike?
No, what? No, don't fish,
No
man.
wall-eyed
No.
pike? What about a chicken fish?
Chicken?
Yeah. No chicken fish.
No chicken fish.
We used to catch chicken fish back in Illinois.
What's a chicken?
What's a chicken fish?
They're like they're like a puffed up fish.
He doesn't know anything
No,
about fishing.
you don't know anything about fishing, man.
Well, we always call it a chicken fish.
Chicken.
Chicken fish.
No,
Fuck,
the fins
no.
are on the forehead like this, right? And they move from side
Forehead.
to side. Huh?
Forehead?
Forehead, yeah. The fins go across the forehead, right? Like that. Yeah. And then the tongue comes flying out of the throat. I don't know.
Goatfish.
This is amazing, you know, because everywhere you go, they have different names for different fish. Every single place you go, I mean, even if you go from New York to
The
Florida,
same fish has
it
25 different names.
And so when you get to France, by the time you get to France, it has a different name entirely.
Cheesefish. They call it cheesefish in France.
Why they call it cheesefish?
I don't know. It's France. It's a different place. It's the same fish, but they call it a cheesefish.
Cheesefish?
I never heard of it before, but when I was in France, we caught a lot of cheesefish.
No, you leave that one that name, man.
What about flounder?
No, but flounders take oat. The fish take a oat.
Take a what?
Oat.
No, I don't know.
There's once a time there was a story that the flounders
Yeah,
and the porpoise
yeah,
gonna have a race.
yeah.
They set them off. The flounder said if he's lose, I ask God to make my eye come on one side.
Oh,
So he lose. So
Yeah.
the eye come on one side of his.
That's the story.
Ah,
That's why I
so
said
the eye is on one
side.
side. Yeah.
To sin.
Ah.
Do you know the story about the ant and the cow? And the cow was thought it had a certain amount of territory, right, where it lived.
Cowfish?
No, cow, real cow. And then there was an ant that lived in another spot that was right in the middle of the cow's territory.
Yeah.
But the cow didn't even know that the ant was there.
That's fascinating, John. Is that a fishing story?
I know.
You throw that in. We're talking fishing,
Tell
John.
them about cow. There's a farmer?
Huh?
There's a farm of cow?
No.
So we're going to leave and go to cow.
And
We're talking about fish.
What time are we going to get started? Early? What's early?
What time should we go?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Do you think we could sleep in their room?
Yeah, you can sleep in the room.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I haven't been up at 5 o'clock since I was a little boy.
Yeah?
Okay, so we're just gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're whooped. We're beat.
You can go to your bed.
Thanks.
I sit here.
Yes.
Go to your bed.
Okay, Leon. Thank you,
I
man.
sit here.
All right. See you bright and early. 5 in the morning.
Oh, sure, man.
Where'd you go, John?
I'm in here.
Oh.
So I'll take the little bed?
Yeah, you take that right there. I'm going to stretch out right here.
Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Early that next morning, the sky is blue and the sea is green.
Another day of adventure, John. That's what I call a manly boat.
Nice boat, no?
It's manly.
Back up, yeah? Give me the rod. Reed, give me my hat. Thanks, Reed. What's left? Oh, the plastic bag.
There is nothing like fresh air with a rod in your hand. The fishermen start with live bait.
Is he alive?
Sure. He's fine.
All right.
I'd love a bite of your sandwich.
Let him go, and then let him
Just let him
swim
go.
to the bottom. But don't let him get all hooked up in the rocks. I wonder when I had my last tetanus shot. The current must be going this way and the wind that way. not speaking to me anymore?
Huh?
You're not talking to me anymore?
No, I'm just a little queasy, John. So I'm trying to just stay even.
Did you throw up?
No.
Maybe it's better if you do.
I hate to throw up. It was such a beautiful breakfast, you know. I'd like to hang on to it for a little bit longer.
It only cost a few dollars. What do you want to do, Tom? Go home?
Be on dry land.
A game of cards on dry land makes Tom feel much better.
What's the limit? King's bet again, or the last high cards? You bet. You raise it $4. Wait, Leon. I thought the last one was down, and then you turn over your choice.
$4.
I'm out. You're dead in the water, John.
Oh.
If it stay down.
Okay.
Turn one.
Whoa.
You dropping out? Are you dropping?
Two queen.
What, were the game's not over? I didn't bet. I didn't get a chance to bet on the last round. Oh. What do you mean, oh? Do you have a gun?
You're not fast enough.
What, that doesn't mean I have a chance to bet on the last day. You just turn all your cards over.
Do you want it to bet?
You're a troublemaker.
I'm not a troublemaker. I have a right to bet on the last bet. No?
Next bet.
Next thing.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Ah, yeah.
You're a little silly.
Tom has agreed to fish again. John is driving the tugboat for the first time. It takes a skilled boatman to weave in and out of the coral reef. Even a boat this size can be destroyed in an instant. They're going to fish for red snapper in calmer water.
Wait, I don't know where we are.
We're all right.
No, but this doesn't look familiar to me at all. Tom,
You're headed right for that boat.
well, I know, but...
A lovely spot for fishing.
And everyone said hello.
I'm putting her back in, John.
Yeah.
Where do you hook this bait?
Through the eyes.
Oh, jeez.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, why don't you do it? He's already looked at me. I can't do it now. We have a relationship. Here.
Can you just uncock the back of that? Give me a little more line.
Uncock
No,
the
no,
back
it's
of
fine,
what?
it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So just let him drift around. Come on. Well, if he wasn't dead before, that ought to kill him. The idea is to keep him alive. You see him now floating there?
Is he floating?
Yeah, look.
Well, I'm not a doctor, you know. I gotta ask you something, John.
Yeah.
Have you ever caught a fish before?
You know I caught a fish before.
I've never actually seen you catch a fish. You know, somebody's playing with my line. I keep getting something out there. I don't know if it's right or not, but something is playing with my bait. Well, I'm gonna at least imagine I got something going here, John, even if it's not true.
Oh, don't. No, you must have. That's just the bonita belly on there.
Yeah.
Give it
Give it a what?
give it a yank. See what happens. No, I mean make a hard yank.
Maybe nothing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Tom has his first fish of the day.
Cool. Oh. Come on, buddy. Come on in the boat.
A red snapper. Very good to eat.
There
Where should I put him?
Well, watch it. How you doing? Where's our bucket?
Well, you don't want to put him in the cooler. Just let's leave him out.
Should I put them in my pants? That's what I've usually done in the past when I've been depressed. It's always, it gets...
All right, put him in your
I
pants.
remember there was a time when I was very depressed and it used to help. It helped me.
Put him in your pants.
Should I put them in my pants?
I'm afraid you're gonna have to.
All right. I'm just gonna leave them right in here.
All right,
Oh my
just leave 'em
God.
there.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
I'm all right. I'm all right with him right there. Let's get baited up and
All right.
start new.
I got a bite.
Don't believe them when they say there's no fish out here. They just don't want you fishing.
Wait, Tom, I got a
area.
fish.
It's bigger than mine, John. God, that's beautiful.
It looks like the same fish, Tom.
No, it can't be. The first one's in my pants.
You want to put this one in your pants too?
I don't want them to fight. They may fight over me.
Fight for air.
No, just fight for comfort and position.
Did you see that?
Something big jumped.
But for real.
I know, I saw it. I'm gonna get baited up. I gotta get back out there. Where's the bait?
Hold this for me. Okay, let go of the line and just point it straight that way. It doesn't go further than that. Jeez.
That's what fishermen say to each other as they're
biting?
passing the night. Are they biting?
But it's really true, you know, that they bite, you know, they eat it, they suddenly, you know, you can't catch enough fish.
Yeah.
And then some days it's just like this.
Well, what I'm concerned about here on the boat is when we really start bringing them in, are we going to have enough room up here? We're going to have to move all this gear out of the
Out of
way.
the way. We can put them in the front. Little kid.
Are they biting? No, he's slowing
No,
down.
it's okay. Are they biting?
Ha ha!
But now there's this whole sort of, you know, catch and release policy.
Yeah, I believe in that. Well, I believe in catch, put in your pants, and release.
There are fish in the water, but when they're not hungry, there is no way to catch them. A school of wily barracudas devours the last of their bait.
Look at that, John. That was a bite, buddy. See, now I know if I feel a bite, I'm going to know it's really a bite. I'm going back.
No, he's dead now, boy. He was alive, though, when you dropped him in, for sure?
Oh, no question.
Really? And it was right
No question
there.
about it.
Where'd you put that fish that you had in your pants? Oh, you put him in the bait bucket?
I put him back in the tire. Should I put him back in the bait bucket?
No, that's fine.
Look, if you think we're better off with lures than we are with bait.
No, I think we're better off with bait.
But we're out of bait. I knew I should have brought some cheese. I've caught all my big fish on cheese.
Is that true? People do use cheese.
How often does a fish get a chance to eat some of the finer cheeses? It just doesn't happen.
You like a camembert?
Or a blue cheese.
How does it stay on the hook?
You wrap it. You can wrap it in a, you know, a little piece of underwear. Now, you think we ought to think about moving?
Yeah. I'm hungry.
Adventure, man of adventure, conquering the world, conquering the world of adventure, the world of adventure, the world of adventure. Our journey begins in a world of adventure.
The long walk home makes Tom a little grouchy.
I don't know if I ever let you talk me into doing this. It's the most absurd thing I've ever done in my life.
But I thought you would like it.
Well, you were wrong.
I asked God to make my eye come on one side.
You're a mess.
And you dragged me along this safari, and I don't know why.
Fishing with John. Fishing with John. Fishing with John. Out on the water, fishing with John.
John Lurie and Matt Dillon take an unregistered prop plane to the remote jungle regions of Costa Rica. Today, on Fishing with John. Fishing with John. Fishing with John. Fishing with John. Out on the water, fishing with John.
There's a mile adrift for every mile you're up. You know, it's like these little planes are much safer. They just kind of coast. And it's so random, you know, it's like kind of trying to. The runway is made of soil. Yeah.
After a safe landing, Matt and John have arrived on the Caribbean coast. These are horses.
I never rode before.
It's the first time for everything.
To build a road in this part of the world would be unthinkable. Because of the jungle's unforgiving temperament, Matt and John must forego the luxury of an automobile. It's almost a full day's ride to the water on horseback. Man and nature forged their will on each other's futures. The president of Costa Rica is considering making the horse the national animal. They enter the thick jungle underbrush. Here, the simple saga of life and death are a strong reality. John's horse senses the imminent danger and becomes skittish.
Old Paint, slow down, Old Paint. Come on, Old Paint, just calm down. I'm gonna have to walk, man. I can't move. No, you can do it. Come on, man. I don't want to ride this horse anymore. I'm gonna just have to walk. All right? Ah, man. It can't be much further. I'm a perfectly healthy horse with you. I'm getting off the horse.
They continue the rest of their journey on foot. This is Don Marino. He has lived in these mountains all of his life. Everyone who fishes in this area must come to meet with him and ask his sagely advice. Matt and John hope that he will teach them the ritual dance of the local fishermen. They wait respectfully for him to begin.
Hay un baile muy bonito y poderoso. Y los bailes parecen una tontería. También tendrá mejor suerte para el dinero y las mujeres. Usted tiene que hacer el baile con mucho entusiasmo. Se hace con 2 pasos. Y sus brazos están como sus piernas corriendo. Y es como si quiere brincar al suelo. Este es también para darle perdón a los peces que tienen dolor.
I'm afraid I can't understand half of what he's saying, but it's like a dance, and we just tried it in the morning. It's something about a dance that helps you to catch fish, and something, I think it's supposed to be good luck also for women and money or something like that, but I'm not sure exactly what he said. Gracias.
Don Marino has told them about Tacho, the jungle fisherman, who will show them a hut where they can sleep. Legend has it that Tacho has the ability to transform himself into a giant white bird.
Is this the guy? I don't know. Excuse me. Are you Tacho?
My name is Tacho.
Yeah? I'm John.
John?
Yeah, this is Matt.
All right, how are you?
I'm fine. Hey, Tacho, how are you?
They coming. Did you come into the jungle?
Yeah, the horses, we have to leave the horses about a mile back there. Well, we want to go to the house.
The house? Yeah, same direction. No, a long way.
Down here?
Yeah.
Can you walk with us till we can see it, and then, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Cool, let's go.
You want to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
A beautiful morning in Costa Rica.
Did you buy all that hocus pocus about the fish painting dance? I want to try the dance. You don't want to do it? Well, let's give it a shot. Maybe it'll bring us some kind of luck. So what he said was, 1, 2, you like 1, 2, 3, and then up, and then like your arms are running, but your feet are kind of prancing. And then 1, 2, 3, up again. And then he said, just continue how you feel it with that.
Beautiful
We got everything? We're gonna leave our toothbrushes in there? Yeah, we'll come back tonight. The rods are in the boat.
This is the beautiful but dangerous Rio Colorado. No white man has ever been this far before. John fishes for snook. Matt hopes for a tarpon.
We could be surrounded by alligators or crocodiles, and I have no idea. I'm not gonna take my chances anyway. With the crocodiles, like one could come right up into the hut for all I know.
In addition to the crocodiles, at the mouth of the river, there is an abundance of sharks. One false move, and either fisherman will be swept out to sea and certainly devoured.
You like some Fanta? No, thanks. Matt?
Yes, John.
You still with me?
Yes, John.
You know, these people who say they don't care what anybody thinks about them. Who's that? Well, just people say, oh, I don't care what anybody thinks. You think that's ever true? Maybe some people.
I think this is John's best show.
Oh, man, nothing's biting. You know that when I first heard your name, I thought it was a stage name. You know, like Matt Dillon, like James Arness. No, my stage name is Finster. It's funny because that show, Gunsmoke, was on TV like a year when I was born. 1 year. But is that where your parents got the idea? No, not at all. But most TV shows don't last more than a season, right? Not that one. How long was Gunsmoke on for? 20 years, something like that.
Gunsmoke was one of my favorite programs.
Are you getting the hang of it? Matt?
Fishermen don't usually have much to say to each other.
Where the hell? You know that it's raining? Matt? What's that?
Torrential tropical showers happen every day, but they don't last very long. Just as quickly as the clouds have come, they roll back, revealing a blue, sunny sky. However, as yet, neither fisherman has caught a fish.
How come I can't catch a fish? You think I have bad luck? You just gotta be patient. Are you patient? I'm sitting here for the last 3 hours. It's not 3 hours, is it? But you're not gonna catch a fish like that, man. Send it out there, baby. And mountains that we must climb. Maybe we just didn't get the steps right in that dance. Maybe if you don't do the dance, if you do the dance without enough sincerity or something. Hey, look, I mean, you know, I was being as sincere as I could, you know? Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty unusual request, and we actually have to do it. Dance for the pain of the fish. I've never heard of anything so absurd in my life.
From the depths of the jungle, the power and mystery of the fish dance has been released. Tacho has transformed himself. And thus life returns to normal on the Rio Colorado. Tacho, in human form, has decided to spend the rest of the day with John and Matt, who have had an adventure they'll never forget.
We already had our dance.
Fishing with John.
Music from this program, as well as other exquisite recordings, the Lounge Lizard's new album, Queen of All Ears, for example, are available on the Strange and Beautiful music label. Purchase these CDs at your local record store or directly at www.strangeandbeautiful.com.
Out on the water fishing with John. Fishing with John. Fishing with John. Fishing with John. Out on the water fishing with John.
This is Great Northern Maine.
Willem! We need more wood.
The average winter temperature is 18 degrees below zero. Having gathered local debris, John Lurie and Willem Dafoe construct a shelter to protect themselves against the severe elements.
That'll be the bottom, right?
Yeah.
These are real men doing real things.
What you think is... You all right? Can you hold it?
Huh? Is that sturdy enough? 1, 2, 3.
Right on, I have it.
Ah. Hi, John.
I knew the window was a good idea. Come on in. It's great in here.
Okay. I guess we got to put the roof on next, huh?
Yeah. I guess we'll put the roof on and we'll put the cloth up.
It's getting dark, so we got to get moving, okay?
Yeah.
Great.
After completing the roof and putting up fabric as insulation, they settle in for a good night's sleep.
John, should I be worried about this?
I think you made the coffee overflow.
No, that's not what it is.
Is that ice is coming up?
Yeah, I think we're getting melt here.
Really?
Yeah,
From the stove?
must be.
But it's not so bad. I mean, the ice is so thick.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's safe, but we're gonna get wet.
No, I think... You mean after we go to sleep?
Well, maybe it's okay.
You're gonna get wet first. I'm so cold.
Are you?
Well, yeah, you take off those things and then... But I think in the sleeping bag it'll get warm.
You know what?
What?
If you're really...
What?
If you're really, really cold,
Yeah.
what do you think about...
I don't want to hear this whole idea.
about, like, zipping our sleeping bags together? Make you nervous?
You're making me really nervous.
You know what? I get kind of sweet when it comes to bedtime.
Using the dangerous and unreliable power auger, they drill holes through the thick ice. Here, John is setting a fish trap.
This is nice out here. Well,
Yeah.
you want to keep it close to your body, too.
Look. Huh?
Because they can be dangerous.
You know, I just heard I read in the paper about this guy who was using an auger, and he cut off both his arms. And then you know the story? And he had
Yes.
to drive himself to the hospital using his head.
Is he okay?
Well, he doesn't have any arms.
They couldn't put him back on?
I don't know.
I thought they sewed him back
They
on.
sewed his arms back on. How did he bring his arms into the car?
Any guy that can drive himself to a hospital using his mouth can probably get it together to put a couple of arms, wrap him up in some newspaper, and put him in the back
Am I going to
seat.
get sprayed here? Do I have to go far away?
No, you're okay.
All right. I have stuff all over my face.
No.
No?
I think the best thing,
Yeah.
best thing about ice fishing is it's filled with possibility. I love the idea that any second I can turn around and Six Flags could go on. Oh, yeah.
An 11-inch brown trout is pulled from the icy depths. Unfortunately, it is under the legal limit and must be released.
Do they eat moose?
What?
Do people eat moose?
Yeah, I think so. I've never had it. The last time I was in Maine, though, I visited a friend and he pulled a bunch of, he said, "Do you like deer meat?" And I said, "Yeah." I mean, I said, I'm not a big meat eater, but I occasionally I like to eat meat, and I don't mind, you know, gamier meat like venison.
No.
And he brought all these steaks out. They were wrapped in white paper very crudely and then written on with like a pen that said, you know, deer meat. I said, it didn't look like it was from a regular butcher. And I said, what happened? And he said, well, I butchered it. And I said, yeah, but did you shoot it? He said, no, wife hit it with a car. He said, didn't spoil the meat, though.
Oh, jeez. I've never been that cold in my whole life.
What are we gonna do tonight?
We're gonna talk about how hungry we are. No, if we go to sleep early, if we really get fishing early tomorrow, I think we'll be, we'll catch some fish.
Question is, what did we do wrong today?
Well, I mean, we had a lot of trouble. I think it'll be all right.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Listen, if we catch another fish that's under the limit, I'm certainly not going to let it go. I'm going to eat it right there, right? When it comes out of the water, I'll be eating it before you can take the hook out.
John? I feel a little claustrophobic. John?
What? What?
You couldn't do this without me, and you know it, right?
Why would I do this without you? Why would I do this without you?
No, that wasn't the question. I said you couldn't do it without me.
I said, why would I do this without you?
Day 3. After a night's sleep on the frozen lake, a game of catch improves the circulation.
Oh, beautiful! He comes up with a ball. There's a problem.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Huh?
Let me try a couple more times.
All right.
Are you still real hungry?
Yes. Why would I be less hungry?
What?
Why would I be less hungry?
I don't know. Do you want some of those peanut butter crackers?
You have some right here?
Yeah, I think so. Cheese on cheese.
You have peanut butter?
Cheese on cheese. Cheese on cheese. Why did I know that was going to happen? Did you ever fish with cheese when you were a kid for panfish?
No.
Yeah.
I used to fish for bread. With bread.
Yeah.
For catfish. I think we shouldn't have let those two go, If the game warden is going to come and give us what is he going to do? Give us a ticket?
There's something to be said for catch and release.
Yeah, but we're going to starve to death if we don't catch a fish.
No, we won't. We'll catch some fish.
No! frozen already. Look at that. There's all water in my gloves now. Am I gonna die?
No.
Just put them on?
You got a liner?
No.
You want, I've got a liner. You want a liner on that one
man,
hand?
This is no good. Huh?
You want a liner on that one hand?
Yeah, give me something. I'm going.
You in trouble?
Yeah. Just give me your gloves.
Just like him to build a fire. Right?
That's the one where he freezes to death, right?
I don't remember it so well because I read it when I was a boy, but he steps in the water and then finally he waits for the wolf, and I think he kills the wolf, and the way he gets circulation back in his feet is he cuts the wolf open and sticks his feet
inside the wolf?
In the, yeah.
Well, how long can that be good for?
Good enough till the end of the story.
I have no feeling in my hand, man. I gotta go in for a minute, all right?
Okay.
Can you watch my rod?
Yep.
Fish are biting for me and my gal. Yes, the fish are biting for me and my gal.
John.
Huh? I'm finally fishing. I'm just fishing now.
Okay.
What? No, I'm just fishing. This is like the first time I've really been fishing now this whole time.
You know what? We're tracking too much snow in here.
I know, but I kind of gave up.
Really?
Yes. But my hand, when I got my hand and my gloves filled with water,
Yeah.
I couldn't move it. I panicked. You know what you're supposed to do when your hand gets covered with water and your temperature this cold?
You're supposed to put it under somebody else's armpits, not your armpits.
I had forgotten that. I just panicked when that happened.
Well, John, we're friends. Anytime your hand gets cold, you can stick it in my armpit.
Well, you know,
and I hope you would do the same for me.
I was a little nervous about telling you that because now I am afraid that you're going to just constantly be sticking your hand in the water.
Day 4.
Hey, John! John, there's a flag out there.
All right, you take it
Okay, yeah. What's he feel like? Good size?
He's off.
Good size?
He's off.
He's off. Oh, you know what?
What?
I gotta go in pretty soon.
Yeah, I did too.
My toes and
Let's
my
go,
feet.
let's go. I'm just worried about being in the cold weather, not eating anything at all.
You know, they say that you burn 4,000 to 6,000 calories just being out in this weather.
I thought that was 400 to 600.
4,000 to 6,000.
How much is 6,000 calories?
It's a lot. Like 4 hot fudge sundaes. Or like a couple of
Pizza
So
Hut
then what
pizzas.
happens? We haven't eaten anything all day, man, and we don't catch any fish, so it's like we're never going to eat anything. What are you going to do?
Pretend, John. Just pretend you're from like a culture of gatherers, and today we've had a lean day, and we're gonna go a little hungry, and then tomorrow it's we're gonna run into a whole mess of berries and things, and we'll be
Not only
happy.
am I not used to the cold, I'm not used to not eating anything at all day.
Well, this is good for you then. It's
Why?
it should be therapeutic and make you not take those things for granted, right?
I don't take those things for granted.
Day 5. The temperature has dropped to minus 27 degrees.
You awake?
Jeez. Going? It's really cold in here.
What time is it?
The situation is growing serious. John and Willem have consumed only melted snow since their supply of cheese crackers ran out 2 days ago. They refuse to give up. However, they pay the price of their persistence by enduring nights of delirium. Day 7. Exhausted, raw courage alone brings them out to clear the fish traps. Day 8. Suffering from malnutrition and due to the severe cold and the presence of gale force winds, the fishermen are forced to stay inside their hut. Their supplies exhausted, they now face a life-threatening situation. Day 11. Despite their delirium, a break in the weather allows them to resume fishing.
What?
John!
Willem!
John! I'm gonna start cooking! You want a little? You know what, John? I'm really glad you asked me to go fishing.
Why?
I really enjoyed myself.
Stand up, okay? Now stand up and grab my hands, okay? I
grab them? No, stand up. No, I got an idea. No, hold on tight.
On January 19th, John Lurie and Willem Dafoe died of starvation.
Fishing with John. Fishing with John. Fishing with John. Out on the water, fishing with John.